Hello, Internet. This is BoneCarlos coming to you live from Daybreak, I do believe, to bring you the StarCraft 2 commentary. If I am wrong, leave comments down below bashing me on how terrible I am, that I don't know nothing, that I'm a noob, and that I should quit my life and devote it to something that's not so wholesome. Yeah, it's going to be this kind of cast. The players today are going to be Freshman spawning as the yellow Protoss. His opponent is going to be NinjaTurle spawning as the green. Yes, good job. Green kind of looks like a turtle. NinjaTurle. Bravo, NinjaTurle. Brava. Brav everything. But noticing by the colors, this isn't actually a ladder match, obviously, because yellow and green aren't the default colors. This is, I think, this was posted up on Rcastit, and it's a little friendly game between both of the players. They promised hilarity. They promised awesomeness. If it doesn't live up to the hype, I will personally not GG. So there you go. Freshman's going to go ahead and start a wall off, which is very interesting considering that's a bit dangerous up against any opponent that is not a Zerg. Can be abused quite easily. Your units are going to have to be here, here, and here, and knowing that the Marines or range zealots are not, it could be kind of interesting to put a single Marine here and just nibble away at the buildings. Since your stalkers aren't going to have their range to attack, and they're going to be forced to go down this ramp, and it could just spell disaster if NinjaTurle decides to capitalize on that. But he's going to go ahead and start off his wall. Easy peasy, no big deal right there. It's going to go up at a natural spot, normal spot, a pretty standard play by both players aside from the putting down of these buildings. And this tells me he's going to go ahead and try to wall off. He's going to go ahead and actually put a cybernetic spore behind these two pylons. So yeah, I guess Freshman just hates gateways. He's already putting out a single zealot, so might we see some early on harassment? A single stalker, a single zealot being pushed forward and across the map. I mean, he knows where his opponent is, and if played correctly, this could do very huge amounts of damage. Since if done correctly, if you chrono boost out that stalker and immediately push him across the map, the zealot could give vision. The stalker could go ahead and pick off these nimble and pretty much weak Marines compared to the stalker. While the zealot just going ahead dances back and forth, keeping the vision, attacking the supply depots. And what this happens is it forces the Terran player to pull off a few SCVs to start the repair of this, but then the stalker could start nibbling away at the SCVs, since it only takes about 4 shots from a stalker to take out the Marine without any upgrades or so. And it looks like an early command center by NinjaTurle. So if we see a stalker coming out, a stalker is already being built, already done, and already being pushed across the way, while at the same time Freshman looks like Freshman is gearing up for an early expand of his own. So this is a very interesting play, and Freshman's going to go ahead and put forward, see 3 Marines, nothing else, and he's actually going to go ahead and give chase to these to that single probe. A couple more barracks are being built, but once these stalker, this zealot get into the mix, it's going to be very interesting for NinjaTurle to defend, especially since he left a gap in his wall off. You might want to put this at the supply depot, just scotch over, barracks to scotch over as well. And Freshman should attack now, needs to attack now. A 4th Marine popped. If a couple of more Marines actually do finish training, it's pretty much going to be over. Freshman looks like he's going to go ahead and push forward. The zealot is going to go ahead and get into the Marines. It looks like those Marines are being focus fired down. Stutter Step Micro is going to go ahead and save a couple of those Marines, but Stalker is going to go ahead and push forward. And now here come the SCVs, and this is what happens. Freshman kind of botched it just a little bit. He lost his zealot. He should have pulled back, shouldn't have attacked as deeply. This Marine is going to go down, and now this is exactly the place that Freshman wants to be. He's going to go ahead and start nibbling away at his at the buildings, at the SCVs. Already has 3 kills to his name, lost a single worker, so not that much damage was done. But if that zealot was still there, the damage could have been extremely more severe. And what Freshman wants to be doing in this situation, keep churning out those stalkers, keep pushing them out, have them rally to the stalker that you actually built, and the stalkers will keep coming, and this could be a completely different game. Now the SCVs are going to give chase and are going to bring down this this stalker. But if he didn't lose that zealot here, the zealot could still be nibbling away at these supply depots. Stalker could be nibbling away alongside with him, and if you kept up that stalker production, by this time you could already have 3, maybe even 4 backing him up. But and I'm not sure exactly what the play of both these players are. The APM is quite high on one side, but low on the other. So I would say anywhere between high gold to about platinum, throughout platinum, maybe low diamond level play. I didn't research both of these players in depthly, but if I were going to give a tip for freshmen, that's definitely what it would be. NinjaTurle, you pretty much held it off exactly how you're supposed to. You kept your SCV losses to a minimum, so it was great. Looking at the units lost tab, we see 6 units lost, but that was mainly Marines. 350 resources were lost in that exchange, but at the same time 3 units lost, 4 freshmen, 325 resources, so that's pretty much just an even kilter on the units lost tab. But on the income tab, we actually see what happens when we pull off that many SCVs. So even kilter on the losses, but on the lost mine time, I would definitely give the advantage to freshmen, since he was forcing NinjaTurle to pull off those SCVs. Finally, add-ons are being built: reactor, tech lab, reactor, barracks factory going down. So more than likely going to see an MMM ball out of NinjaTurle, putting up his second refinery at his main base while spreading out these Marines and making a nice little diagram. And it looks like what does this look like? A skull, maybe? With no eyes. An eyeless skull. This is where the mouth is. This is where the nostrils are. No eyes. So, bad day for that skull, since he wasn't able to look even in life. And it looks like an observer is going to go ahead and spot this and make sure to spot when any kind of push out happens. Let's see a tech lab actually being put down on this factory, so hopefully we get to see some mech play. Already an engineering bay +1 weapons attack being researched, while a robotics facility in the base of freshman has double assimilator already up in his natural expansion, but no probes mining it just yet. Another observer is going to go ahead and check out the extreme edges of the map. But with the early aggression that you did, a freshman, and you also notice that quick expansion by NinjaTurle, you're not going to expect to see any sort of medevac play as soon as even if it was rushed to about 9 minutes and a half. But since you did do some sort of damage, just take off half a minute onto that and push forward with your observer. You're going to see that no starport is built yet, so you're going to be safe for the time being. Zealot charge is being researched, so expect to see a lot of charge lots be on the field on the moment. I would actually, that's actually quite a bit of zealots. No Templar archives just yet. A couple of pylons put down at the north side of the base, with third expansion underway by freshman. Food count is evening up and pushing out very dangerous levels. He has plenty of Marines. No medevacs just yet, but that starport is being put down on a tech lab, so maybe Cloaked Banshee play coming up. Very interesting play. Cloaked Banshee with a bunch of Marines and Marauder. Interesting play by NinjaTurle. Let's see how it works out for him. Plenty of observers on the field to spot or any sort of drops, actually from a drop from the north side of the base, while this SCV is taking this Zelnaga tower. So looking at the vision, we see practically nothing by Turtle. He's being a turtle. Not very ninja-like, not very stealthy, but he is green. He is turtling like a Terran can do if he so chose. While at the same time, freshman has plenty of vision. He's spotting off that the front exit to NinjaTurle's base while taking off that northern extreme edge as well. This base is going to be finishing up fairly quickly, and a fresh Stalker Warping is going to go ahead and try to take out this factory before it spots off that third base. Will it actually see it or not? It looks like it will, and it's going to spot that third base, and NinjaTurle is just gonna go ahead and scout it and say, you know what, I am ahead in the army value. I do believe army supply is 55 compared to freshman's 35, while the worker count definitely does favor freshmen because of that fact. So right now it is a very economic player, very I wouldn't even say greedy player, but very economic, very macro heavy, while NinjaTurle is just putting out medevacs by the single full. And if he actually put down on the reactor, he could turn them out double at a time. So a little bit of a misses, little bit of quote-unquote blunders, as Day 9 would say. And freshman already has Archons on the field, so Charge Law Archon Charge Law Archon with maybe some High Templars in the mix. Finally, he puts down his probes on that assimilator. Nice saturation on his natural expansion, while his third is just about getting up and ready. But NinjaTurtle is still deciding to hang out at his main base. +1 armor, +1 attack already done. Armor +1 armor on the way. Stimpack is being researched alongside with that's just about it. Marauder Slow is finished up. No combat shield just yet, so just a basic MMM ball by NinjaTurle. Finally, we're going to go ahead and see some drops. Not sure exactly where these are going to go. He picks up one medevac full, 2 medevacts full, and it looks like there's going to be a 3 medevac drop in the moment. And right now, as a Protoss player, this is where you, once you see these medevacs, once you think you know your medevacs are coming, start warping in Zealots, or I should say Stalkers, maybe Archons if you definitely have them. Put them at the extreme edges of your map. You have the economic advantage, and what kills Protoss player is the Terran drops. Since this is the only option that NinjaTurle has, defend against it. Freshman does spot it with the Observer, but if he reacts in time will be another question. A lot of low-level players don't watch the minimap as often as they should, myself included, and it causes them a whole mess of hurt and trouble. Drops are coming. Looks like it's going to be dropped right over here. How many probes he could get before the Protoss army gets there? And it looks like Freshman is getting ready to gear up and head out. And if he leaves now, he's actually going to be out of position, and this drop is going to do that much more damage. But it looks like he's just grouping together his units, his army into the single key group, and it looks like he's just going to kind of teeter around the edge of death. The medevacs are just there, and NinjaTurle is just skating on the edge while at the same time pushing out with his original force. So now it's going to be a two-pronged attack, attacking with his original force from the front. No combat shields. Frowny face, and that Observer saw it all. And in case you didn't know, Marines actually get a combat shield, actually get a little bit of a shield as soon as that finishes up. Charge offs are going to go ahead and swing forward through the gas, but at the same time a drop does occur. I don't need no stinking combat shield when I got a two-pronged attack advantage. The Archons are going to get into the mix. They're going to cause plenty of damage alongside with these charge outs. Stutter Step Micro is going to go ahead and pull back with a single medevac on the way. This Marine's going to be like, yeah, you know what, I didn't get paid enough. Oh, you shot me, I'm going to attack back. But the damage done was back here. 28 workers killed. 3 Zealots are going to warp in, but that is not going to be enough to take out this drop. Expansion goes down. F you, says NinjaTurle. Quit spying on my units or I will take out your base. Looking at the units lost tab, 66 units lost by Freshman, 60 by NinjaTurle, but nearly double the resources lost. Income tab, harvester count, still 51 to 34 compared to between the two players, but it should be around 79. That drop did major damage, so any early aggression pretty much wiped off the face of this game. And NinjaTurle could safely expand here at the moment. Put it down an expansion here. Drop it off, lift off, drop off. You did the damage you needed to. Another drop is going to go ahead and take out that High Templar. Not enough for feedback. NinjaTurle was safe for the time being. Freshman didn't get that feedback in time. Another volley from that Psychic Blast of the Archon brings it down into the orange, brings these medevacs down to the orange. A couple of more High Templar are going to be put down. Node feedback immediately feedbacks both of the medevacs. Both of them drop. These units are stranded there at the cost of a single High Templar. I would say that is fairly nice trade. No more medevacs, no more drops, but since all the medevacs are back home for NinjaTurle, 1-1 is done for the Terran Ground Army, and 1-1 also for Freshman's infantry units. Mass amounts of gateways are being churned out, plenty to see there. So that brings a total. How many gateways does he have in total? It looks like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 warp gates on the field. 1 robotics facility, so we're not going to see any. We're going to see pure gateway units out of Freshman. It looks like he was trying to gear up to do a Charge Law Archon combo and massive Zealot counts. Look at that minerals drop. I believe the next warp-in will be a High Templar warp-in, turning into those Archons almost immediately. Psionic Storm is finished up. Single Marine is going to stem his way across the map. It runs out, and looks like he's going to go ahead and scatter around to make sure that no hidden expansions are being put down by Freshman. The food count is 155 to 123. And that's just what happens when you do not macro enough. Plenty of Zealots there, and looks like another drop will occur. These few Marines say, wait for me, but Freshman is just going to go ahead and push forward immediately, and his army is going to be completely out of position. The drop is going to occur along the eastern side and the southern side, while Freshman's army is just hanging out in the middle of the map. The Observer does spot it, but this is pretty much just a decoy. The drop finally does occur. It looks like Marines are in the lead. They're going to go ahead and scout for this drop. The warp-ins, no warp-ins just yet for Freshman. The drop does happen in the middle of all of these pylons. The army does pull back immediately. Archons are there. They're going to zap away while the charge lots do their things. Another small squad actually picks it off from behind. NinjaTurle will fall. Feedbacks does finally manage to break them apart. The Marines, Marauders without medevac support are going to fall very quickly to these charge lots. So, Stim does try to save a few, but a few more get caught on move command. These zealots are just churning it up alongside with these Marines. This Marine is just going to go ahead and still on a move command. A couple of High Templar are that. On the eastern side, it looks like they have a couple of kills in between them. So feedbacks managed to happen along the eastern flank. Did you feedback, man? Yes, he did. They all went down very, very quickly. Oops. Smiley face. And looking at the units lost tab, we see 74 by Freshman, 150 plus 1,000 in NinjaTurle's resources lost tab. Nothing being built out of Freshman just yet. A couple of warpins do occur, and he's going to go ahead and take his fourth. So two bases are actually just pretty much going to be one mining base versus one versus two. A third is on the way. We'll be here within a few minutes. The food count is insurmountable at this point. NinjaTurle has been trying to do what he should be doing by doing these drops, but the High Templar, the macro, the charge loss is just too high, and NinjaTurle is just outgunned and outplayed at this point. These observers have been pretty much paid off for themselves by spouting off all of these drops. NinjaTurle has been put up against the wall for the longest time, and looking at the vision, I mean, it pretty much covers the entire map of that Freshman has, while NinjaTurle has nothing. The third expansion is finally being put up, but it's going to be spotted by this observer as soon as it does. And NinjaTurle needs to continue these drops, but since they have been fairly ineffective so far, I don't see him pulling himself out of this game. Freshman is currently maxed out, has one more tick on that food count. He's going to go ahead and push out. And at the same time, finally, looks like robotics bay being done. 2-2 armor is going to go ahead and be researched. Charge lots, Archons, High Templar, just a few stalkers in the mix. A fourth base is being taken by NinjaTurle. He's definitely floating enough minerals to do so, but at the same time, Freshman has 3 times the amount. It looks like Freshman is going to go ahead and push forward into the main, not even take out those destructible rocks. Going to go ahead and try to give himself a nice little bit of a concave, give him his zealots plenty of alleys to charge through. These Marines, these Marauders get taken out almost instantly. The warp prism is going to go ahead and do very easy warps. GG by NinjaTurle, GG by Freshman. Valiant effort by NinjaTurle. He did exactly what he needed to do. It just wasn't enough. Freshman was just too prepared, especially with that early aggression, the defense against those drops. Three medevac drop by NinjaTurle, and it's actually 4 medevac drop by NinjaTurle, and Freshman doesn't even really have to worry about it at this point. Feedbacks finally does happen. A couple of, actually a single medevac does go down. A fresh warp in by Zealots. Going to go ahead and chase away the rest of this. This Nexus might go down and might not, but that is just fine. There isn't any energy left on the hill. Psionic Storm gets most of the Terran forces, and that was a lot of kills. 12 kills on one kill on another. NinjaTurle leaves the game. That was it. That was that. I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a comment down below on what I could do to make these more enjoyable for you. Or if you guys want me to cast one of your own personal games, upload it to one of the major replay sites and leave a comment down. Or if it message me, whatever, linking me to it. That's it. Later, guys.